All right. Well, this is terrific. Would you like to ask me questions, or would you like me to talk? It can go however you. Oh yeah, you got the wine.
Thank
Praise
you.
Jesus. Praise Jesus.
I came. I was like, oh, it's got here in time. It's wonderful. Can't wait to pop it open.
They, the vineyard sends it as close to the day that you need it as possible because they don't like it just sitting in the warehouse.
Right.
Getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't missed a book club yet, but I don't like it to be this close.
Right.
So I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, I got it actually yesterday. Came in yesterday.
Okay, good. Good.
Actually, we could just start off by, well, first, I just want to make an introduction to our book club video, because we videotape all of our book club meetings.
Wonderful.
Hi, we're here with Cathie Beck and her book Cheap Cabernet, which I want to grab, what you see here. And we're here at Thomas Jefferson, the Scott Memorial Library in Philadelphia, 1020 Walnut Street. And we're going to speak with author Cathie Beck about her book and her writing. And Cathie, could you tell us more about yourself?
Well, I live in Denver, Colorado, and Cheap Cabernet, A Friendship is my first book, although it had a 10-year publishing saga. Mm-hmm. I first drafted it in 1999. And in the mid-2000s, about 2004, 2005, I got an agent. And we went through 3 years of rejections and rewrites. The book had over 60 rejections over a 3-year period of time.
Wow.
It's very dispiriting. It was really awful. So I got bitter pissed and threw it on a shelf. And then after I got over myself, about a year later, maybe it was 2009, I decided to do an online book launch party and self-publish it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't my dream way of going, but I own and run a small public relations office. And I thought maybe if I took this book in a big public relations blitz, that I might be able to publish it, get good reviews, and get it on Amazon.com's bestsellers list. So on October 6, 2009, it came out in its self-published version, and it reached #1 Amazon.com movers and shakers, all the books on Amazon.
Okay.
And I sent that print screen to hundreds of agents and publishers, and 22 publishers and 16 agents asked me to overnight the book. And my dream agent signed up to represent the book, and exactly a month later, on November 6, 2009, she got 3 publishers to come to the table with money, and the book was auctioned, and Hyperion bought it.
Okay. Wow,
that's a little bit. That's a little bit.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I'm still tired.
I am amazed. I mean, that's very inspiring, that you weren't discouraged after so many rejections. But, now you see that your book is finally published. And on
I was discouraged.
Yeah. That's good, though.
I was discouraged. That's why I threw the damn thing on a shelf for a year. I couldn't even look at it.
Oh, man. And your book is hilarious. You and Denise are just too much.
Well, I'm glad that you think that. I mean, I know we're, there's a certain breed of woman.
Yes.
Was that what you were going for?
Who's adventuresome and who is unafraid to show the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And who sort of gets the world.
Yeah.
And I think Denise and I maybe had that in common, and we appreciated it in each other.
Right. Yes, I love when you two initially met.
I'm sorry, the sound is a little low. What did you say?
I said I enjoyed the page where you two initially met at your WOW grouping.
Oh, yeah.
And she,
Yeah, I didn't want her in the group. I
was cracking up.
I was like, I do not need this in my house.
Oh.
I mean, isn't that crazy how that goes?
Yeah. I like you two are still friends, so.
Well, we became very fast friends.
Yeah.
I think, once I got over myself, and I sort of got, something clicked. You read the book. I mean, some things I think, don't you think that too, that they're larger than we are? Like, on paper, maybe it doesn't look like it should flow, but it does.
It does. It does, definitely.
Yeah, and so that's what happened.
Right. Can you, do you need to back up a little? No? Okay.
So I'm going to walk the iPad and me into my house.
Okay.
I have a new 4-year-old puppy, and she chews through computer cords, telephone cords, television cords, and anything else. So I just got to go see what she's destroying. But you can keep asking me questions. And you know what? You cannot offend me, so don't hold back.
What compelled you and inspired you to write Cheap Cabernet of Friendship?
I went through a very, very difficult year, the year after Denise. I got to yell at my dog while I answer this question. Oh, no, she's chewing a chew toy like she's supposed to. Go figure. I went through a really hard time the year after Denise died, which caught me off guard because I've had other people die in my life. But there was a Columbine massacre happened here. And those of us here were just drop jaw. We were watching CNN in disbelief. It was and something broke. I don't know. There was something about watching that, and I had published short stories before, and I thought, for the first time since she died, I thought, I ended up having 90 pages. And 90 pages is too long for a short story. So,
on the internet connection. The numbers are getting really choppy.
Compared to Thelma and Louise and to the movie Beaches.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know those two movies.
Yeah, that's exactly what you two remind me of.
For those two movies, but
yeah.
Okay. Sometimes. So it seemed like a fresh idea. Like, what if there was this book about a powerful girlfriendship? And I said, I'm just going to try to do it. I should know how to do this. I've published fiction and I've done feature writing that's long and involved. I'll bet you I could maybe turn this into a book. So I worked on it for a couple of years. And when I had 300 pages, I went and managed to get an agent. Just didn't turn out anything, but so that's how the book came about. That's what. And if you're a writer, I don't know what your artistic endeavors or your creative endeavors are. Sometimes you just need them because they are a way to process stuff. They are a way to cleanse yourself in times of grief, in times of loss, or when you're just going through big change and you don't know what the hell's going on. If you bake, or you play music, or you sing, you write, whatever. And I think maybe the time had come for me to just sort of get it all on paper.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what I set out to do.
When did you initially begin writing? When did you initially realize that you were interested in writing, interested in journalism?
Honey, I started writing when I was 5 years old. I think it's a compulsion. It's almost like an illness, like Tourette's syndrome. And I mean that in earnest. I think, does anybody watch the HBO series Treme?
No.
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 Okay. I think you are what you are, and I was I remember distinctly being in kindergarten, and I wrote this story down. I drew the pictures for a picture book, and then I made my mom write the words because I didn't know the words. And so I think you just are what you are. And so it's always been there. And there's been many, side roads or whatever, other jobs for sure that I had to do. But it's just there. I think I'm telling stories in my head all the time. I think I had conversations in my head all the time. Probably it's a little bit of obsessive compulsive disorder, if you want to know the truth. I think there's a little, neuroses.
Right. And the title of the book, how did that come about? Cheap Cabernet.
Uh-huh. I have no idea. I have no frigging idea. That's been asked of me before, and I'm trying to think like did some angel come flying into my office and land on my desk and tell me that? No, I don't know what to say about it. I think it was an organic metaphor for the relationship. Like she was so smart and she knew so much about everything, but she was a dumb about wine and food, like she just did not know what even tasted good, which I grew up next to the project. I'm no highbrow person, but I know rot gut wine versus a really lovely $22 bottle of something nice. She couldn't tell the difference, and I thought it was like retardation or something, and I gave her shit about it all the time. I'm like, how could you be this stupid? And I think she played it, that's why she would get the stupid wine just to get my goat. So I guess it came from that.
Right. Now, did you find it difficult or painful to recall and write this story?
Many times. Particularly surprising to me was after the self-published version was sold, then I got assigned an editor at Hyperion, and her job is to completely dismantle the book and do a line-by-line edit of 376 pages, which forced me for a crushing 2 months to sit there and sort of, at her direction, rewrite the book. And I would find myself working on it in a coffee shop, and I would begin to weep openly. And then it caught me off guard because Denise, at the time, had been dead for 11 years. The story would seem old, but the very act of writing and trying to be honest in the telling did something very emotionally, opening up to me. So yeah, it was impossible to write well this story without being emotionally involved.
Right. 2 more questions. I just want to ask you.
So I want to know when you were saying that you went through it line by line with the new editor. Do you think that helped you with the emotion of it all, that you were able to write a better book with going through it with the editor?